Hi everyone and welcome to Triple M Adventures with Bill. This OpenTX video is to show you how to transfer models from one radio to the other. Now, if you are using the same radio like I am, the TX16S, then you're not going to have any compatibility problems. But if you do this with, say, a Tyrannus over to the TX16S, you might have compatibility problems. I haven't tried to do that, but I think when you do that, it does say it will convert it. But you must check always that your model is working correctly before you try and fly it. Doing it, transferring the models this way. So let's switch over to the computer. Now, what I'm going to do is open up my recent backup, and then I'm going to open up an old backup that I want to transfer some YouTube models back onto my radio because I deleted them. It's going to be this one. So this, for all intents and purposes, this one here could have been someone else's radio, and they've sent me the backup. So we're going to copy the crow over. Now, if I drag this across and just go to other and click, it will go in. Then we go to tracer, go to other, it will go in. And if I go to the GRV FM specific, now if I go down to here, it might say, you see, you are replacing, no I don't. It's because I overlaid it onto a model that's already there. So I'm going to say no, and then we're going to grab, left click, and just go to other, and it will put all those models into other. And one more. And there we go. So now we have dragged the models over from the radio number 2 to radio number 1. So we can now close this. You can see there's an asterisk there. That means it's not saved. So we're going to go File, Save As. Now I'm going to keep my old backup, this one here. I don't want to lose that. So I'm just going to do this and rename it to 2. Just in case there was a problem, I could restore my previous backup. Now, to upload this to my radio, all we need to do is plug the radio in. Let's turn the radio on.
Welcome to OpenTX. Disarm motors.
Okay, we're going to plug in, and then we're going to go to storage mode. Now, all we need to do now, you can hear my radio has been picked up by my computer, is we are going to go Write models and settings to radio. Oops-a-daisy. We're going to click this one here, and now it's going to upload those models to my radio. That is strange in Companion. It doesn't tell you when it's finished. It doesn't come up and say job done, or that I can see anywhere. So I just leave it a few minutes before I stop, because there's quite a bit of data there for it to transfer. Okay, I think that should be good enough. I'm going to unplug. Now I'm going to go to my radio and see if those models are there. Yep, they're all there. They're all on the screen now. I can see all of them. Another way you could use these backups is to send them to a friend. Now, I had a subscriber who had a problem with their radio, and it was too complicated for me to be able to sort the problem out over email. So I asked them to send me the backup. Now, it was for the TX16S. So if I'd have restored that backup to my radio in its entirety, including its settings, it would be okay. It would overwrite my settings. But I didn't do that. I just looked at the model in Companion and then put right the problems that the chap was having. But if I was sent a backup from a Tyrannus, I would have to make sure that when I restored that model over to my TX16S, that I only copied that model to my backup that I'm going to restore. Otherwise, if I restored it, then I'm going to overwrite my settings, and now they would be overwritten with the wrong type of radio setting. So you have to be careful with that. So let's now have a look at the computer, and I'll show you the basics of quickly doing this if you want to send one model. So all we'd actually need to do is delete all the models that we don't want. So we'd work our way through and take off every single model. Now that is not difficult. We right click and say delete. You say yes, and you just delete them until you leave the one that you want to send. Then you would say, let's pretend we've taken all these off and just left the cheetah there. you would then go File, Save As, and then if someone was sending it to me, then I'd ask them to put what radio it is and their name. So, Bill, save it, save the backup, and now they could send that via email to me so I could take a look at it, or I could put that onto my radio and then have that model settings already there. You would need to be careful though. I would be very careful about doing this, because once you put the model on there, you must check very carefully that all those settings are correct, especially with a quadcopter, because of the arming and any problems that you could have. So you must be very careful if you're doing that. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear from you. And please share this video with your friends, and please consider becoming a patron of my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Happy flying. Bye for now. Bye.